Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back to us.
Welcome.
I should probably write something that I say consistently at the beginning of this thing.
I think hello's just a nice friendly greeting.
Nice friendly greeting.
Well, you've got you haven't done you've got your spiel.
Yeah, but it's always different. It's never consistent.
Who are we?
Well, Guys Playing Games. Welcome back to another episode of Guys Playing Games. Thank you for joining us. I'm Perry.
I'm Ed.
You're right, I do have a consistent spiel. Ignore everything I just said. Thank you for joining us for another episode. We're going to talk to you for an hour and a bit about games and what we've been doing and what we like and what we don't like. And I'm going to move this a bit closer to me because fuck you. So Ed, how are you? What have you been up to? What have you been playing?
Good. Well, I've been playing PUBG. You've been playing RuneScape. That's us done, I think.
Cool. See y'all next week. We make this joke a lot now. We should probably stop. It's getting a bit boring.
That's the first time we've done that joke, I think.
To be fair, you've not played PUBG enough for it to be your thing yet.
It was only started last week.
Yeah. Whereas RuneScape I've been playing for over a year.
Yeah.
I checked
before we started the podcast.
Instantly, I checked my playtime on RuneScape the other day.
God.
In 380 days, I have it's something like 200 and something days of actual playtime.
What?
Yeah, it's genuinely impressive.
Impressive slash frightening.
Considering now, you bear in mind a lot of this time I'm logged in AFKing at work, so it kind of skews the result. But it's considering I have a full-time job, how the fuck have I found the 2/3 of my year?
That's terrifying.
It's fantastic. I love it. Anyway. What I've been playing, not PUBG stuff. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. You're still in the hype phases of PUBG.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk about it a little.
You can still spooge about it.
I mean, I'm going to tangent from my own experience as well. I mean, as you know, there was a big PUBG tournament last weekend, so I'll talk about a little bit about that. I've been still very, very much enjoying my time with PUBG. We're expecting some patch notes actually any day now. I think they put on the PUBG Xbox Reddit. One of the devs actually just popped up and was like, "Yeah, we're just QAing the new patch, and we hope it will be out in the next few days." And everyone was like, "Oh, okay."
Is it going to address the awful FPS issues? No.
They haven't specified what the patch is addressing. He did say that they fixed the horrendous boat sound effect bug, which scares the crap out of me every time, even though it's coming. So there's this weird...
Do you play with headphones on?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
There's a really weird / annoying bug in the game when currently, if you're in a boat, the noise, if a wave breaks heavily against the side of the boat, instead of you getting a loud, a wave breaking noise, it does a really loud gunshot.
Seriously?
So when you're bombing it through the sea, it's just like bang, 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 bang. It's like, Jesus Christ, just stop it.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Before I realised that this was a thing, the first time I was in a boat doing this, I thought I was getting shot at. So I was weaving my boat all over the place, going, "What? This guy has a terrible aim."
People are watching you ha.
Yeah, it's just this boat going crazy in the water.
Fucking dick.
Yeah, and then I found out what it actually was.
Ride a boat in PUBG and you get PTSD flashbacks to Nam.
It's so bad, and it's really loud as well. So that's funny. So but they have confirmed that it's being fixed with this patch. So I'm very happy about that.
Well, that's good.
Hopefully there's going to be some FPS improvements because it's kind of needed. It hasn't stopped me playing, but
I think it's probably more needed for console than PC, isn't it? Because PC you can kind of fix it by having a good PC.
I watch the streamers and stuff, and they're hitting 140 FPS and whatever, because PCs. But just not not even being able to maintain a constant 30 is pretty, especially on the X as well.
Destiny 1 levels of shit.
And it is it's not a graphically intensive game either. It's hopefully there'll be some improvements in that area. But patch notes, I think hopefully tomorrow, maybe later tonight, tomorrow.
Well, good. Well, that's exciting for you.
Yeah, my gunfighting skills are getting better. I'm being a bit more active in pursuing people instead of just running away and hiding.
Hiding.
If I see somebody go in a building, bits away from me. I'll be like, I'm chasing that guy and I'm going to have him. Like I'm being a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, that's good.
The one area that I still haven't got my head around and I always kind of forget about is grenades. I've been caught out like sort of towards the end game. People keep nailing me with like frags or whatever. So the grenades is kind of next on my list of things to kind of.
Do you get like when a grenade's thrown at you? Is that like a visual indicator of where it is?
No, you get a little sound effect of like a chink chink of it hitting the floor,
but you have no idea where it is.
Well, not that I'm aware of. No.
So if you're like hiding in some foliage, right, and you hear the ding ding ding, you're basically just dead. Like
unless you move. I mean, that's the thing. Most of the time, people throw frags to flush people out. It's not about trying to hit them. It's throwing it so you have to move away from it. So if you're like hiding behind a tree or something and they lob it like next to you, you kind of have to come out of cover essentially. And then the other use of grenades, probably more so in the squads one. I don't know. It's useful in solo as well, but like smokes, you lob a smoke at your feet, and that gives you cover to like move away from your position. And like in squads, it gives you cover for like revives and stuff. You like lob a couple of smokes down, and you can go in and try and revive someone. But yeah, I kind of always forget. I haven't got used to like using them, so I kind of always forget that they're there, sort of thing. And it's kind of towards the end game, I'm noticing they kind of play more of a part. So that's kind of my next thing. And yeah, I sent you and Az a screenshot the other night, but yeah, I'm chipping away at the old
climbing
ranking.
up, man.
Yeah, no, it's
you're getting better.
Well, I think it's just keeping consistency. Like I've kind of had to put the top 10 percentage out of my mind because it was just making me play too cautiously and just focus on the actual ranking, like the win ranking, which is much more sensible.
You got chicken dinner yet?
I haven't, no. But I'm consistently hitting top 25. It's very rare that I kind of die before top 25, and I think that's why I'm still continually climbing. Because if you're beating like 75 people each game, you're chipping away at that ranking. Yeah. So yeah, as long as my ranking's going up.
How does matchmaking work? Does it take that ranking into consideration?
See, I actually read on Reddit the other day that it doesn't. You just get bunched
with just random people.
Yeah, bunch. So you could have some like really high ranked people, or like a bunch of.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I would have assumed it ranks you, matchmakes you with.
I'm not a fan of that.
But apparently it doesn't. Maybe that'll change. I don't know. Like, because one thing, because the PC version has seasons. I don't know if matchmaking is different on PC, but there's still like a lot of stuff missing from the Xbox one that the PC version has. So I guess we'll see what happens over time. But yeah, so last weekend there was a big tournament. There's the ESL IEM thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was IEM
Katowice.
Yeah. I think it was run by ESL.
It's always ESL.
Yeah. So that was 16 teams. Yeah, 16 teams of 4. And I was impressed. This is something that struck me that I was mentioning to you before we started. Was typically when you do tournaments at the big LAN parties and stuff, you have teams of like 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
But you run a PUBG tournament, that's 64 people.
Yeah,
all playing at the same time every game.
Yeah, well, when you first described this to me, I thought this was like an online thing, but it's not, is it?
No.
They were all actually there on stage playing.
So they had this ridiculous staging setup, it looked pretty cool. I was quite impressed with the way they'd done it.
Stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, so they had a massive screen in the middle, and then they had 8 teams either side that were in like 2 tiers. They were kind of stepped, so you had 4 teams along the bottom, and then it kind of went up and back. And then there was another 4 teams, so it looked pretty, like the way it had been set up was really cool. Like it looked really impressive because you just got like there was like this wall,
of gamers,
of players. Yeah. It was
really
crazy, cool. And they all they were all kind of like walled into like these little booths. So they had the little 4-man booths. It was really cool. A Russian team called Avengar took the weekend overall.
Fancy.
So they played 8 games in total over the weekend, 4 on Saturday, 4 on Sunday. It's really fun. Like the spectator stuff. So it seems to have come along since they did the very first kind of invitational last, what was it, Actually, it wasn't that long. It was when we had Sujoy on, so it was kind of middle of last year when just after we started.
Yeah.
And they did the very first PUBG tournament. But yeah, the spectator stuff seems to have come along quite nicely. There's some nice little improvements, especially on the map. I love being able to see everyone on the map. And one of the things...
I enjoy that in spectating a game. It's always good to see where people are, even through environments.
It's like
through
seeing
walls and stuff.
Yeah, just seeing how close, especially in something like PUBG, like how close these teams come to each other and like not realise that the other people are there. But yeah, like so the overhead map view has now got like little indicators of when people are firing, which is kind of shoots out these little straight lines to show like the direction of firing and stuff, which is quite cool. So even if they're in map view, you can kind of see where the firefights are taking place and stuff. So
that's quite cool. I like that.
It's really nicely done, and really good games, some like really tight finishes. It was really surprising to watch like these 4-man teams like getting down to like the smaller circles, and you've still got like 20-30 people like alive, and the circles are getting smaller.
There's just like clusters of teams in different areas.
It's nuts because one false move and you get a team wipe, and that's it. But like at least a couple of the games that I saw went down to like the final circle, so it gets to a point where the circle is so small, the final timer activates, and then a little star appears, and the circle just descends into a dot.
So it literally forces you to stand on top of each other.
It forces something to happen to close out the game. I'd never seen that before, but that happened a couple of times at least. Some really good games. It reinforces that like it's a really fun spectator sport, because like the longer the match goes on, the more tense it gets, and it's like it gets, I don't know, it's just really enjoyable to that intensity is like really enjoyable to watch.
Well, I think the good thing about it is there are levels to the match. You're like in the beginning it's like fairly chill, people are just you're
kind of seeing
up.
It's interesting seeing
you're seeing a few skirmishes, and then you're like, okay, the circle's getting smaller, like.
But it's interesting seeing the teams at the beginning, like they all kind of have preferred like looting areas, so they will always kind of try and go for the same drop spots, and if someone else like goes for it as well, it's then like, do they have like a plan B, like can they like shift and go somewhere else, and like watching see like who stays outside this like the first couple of circles like for ages and like takes their time, because like you can survive at least the first 1 or 2 circles fairly well. If you get stacked up on meds, you can kind of, because it does so little damage, you can kind of last quite a while as long as you're doing heals and stuff. I mean, did that myself in a game the other day. Like I took a boat and basically went round like half of the map. The circle was on like the military island, and I started like way up on the north side. So I was like near the kind of little rivery thing. So I was like, I'm going to get a boat. Like the circle's going to come over me because I'm going to have to go all the way around the side of the map. Like part way around, just pop a med kit to put my health back up, pop some painkillers to like the constant regen, just keep going in the boat. I made it all the way down there and like got back in the circle.
Oh, that's interesting. I watched on the highlights that we were just watching. I did see a guy like go outside of the circle round I think it was like a wall or something to kill the enemy, and it was like, that's interesting. I was always under the impression if you went outside the circle it was like insta death. But it's not, is it? It's like
it changes. Like so, like the first circle, like it's minimal health.
Yeah.
Once you get to the smaller circles, it'll chunk like a third of your health. Like it starts to do some serious damage. But yeah, the first couple of circles you can survive in like for a reasonable amount of time.
It's interesting. It creates like a new gameplay mechanic. Really, it's like
I mean, there's some legit strats for like playing on the edge of the circle, or like being sort of almost just outside it. Because one of the things is it enforces that there's going to be nobody behind you.
True. Yeah, very true.
It's kind of it's a kind of known strat for playing edge play, I believe it's called. I'm picking up all the lingo.
I'm going to move quickly on from that comment. So I mean, that wasn't really what you've been playing. All right, that was what you've been watching. It's what you've been partaking in.
It is all I've been playing.
Okay, fair enough. So,
I kind of saved into
to my fucking world.
Yeah, I don't know how.
How does it feel?
I don't know how I'm going to break this.
How does it feel?
PUBG cycle, but yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. Like every game's different, and yeah, as long as I'm doing vaguely okay in it and kind of climbing the rankings, I'm kind of happy playing that at the moment, and it's
That's what I think about RuneScape. However, this week I have several things to talk about. New things that I've been playing.
Blow me down.
So the first one is actually a new thing that I picked up.
Ooh.
And shamelessly, don't even care. I picked it up because I was like, I need a game to play while I'm pooping. So I was like, I need something I can pick up and just do for like 25 to 30 minutes while I'm pooping. I like my poop time. Okay,
clearly.
So I picked up the Jurassic World game.
Oh, okay.
So this is like the park builder.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I mean, if you ignore the fact that it just fucking throws microtransactions at you, like literally every other window is like, buy this pack, buy this currency.
It's obviously
like,
free to play. So
it's free to play. But I mean, if you kind of overlook that, it gives you a constant stream of like free packs in the game. It's like I think it's like every 6 hours you get a free pack.
That's cool.
Which is quite cool. I mean, I've had about 10 packs so far, and I've got one legendary. So the cards work.
I didn't realize it had a card system.
So the card, it does and it doesn't. So the cards are technically the in-game items. So cards are like dinosaurs, attractions, like decorations, stuff like that. And then you can also get cards for the different currencies in games. So you have food, coins, and bucks. So coins are basically the standard revenue you generate from your attractions. The food is obviously what you feed your dinosaurs, and then the bucks is like
a premium.
It's kind of like a premium, but it's not quite, because you do. It's the currency to like speed things up, you know. But it's so it just throws bucks at you. Like, at least in the early game. Like I'm only level 16 at the minute, but you have quests, and every level you get more quests to do. And it's like pet a dinosaur, feed 3 dinosaurs, move an attraction. You know, it's like shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point where I'm like, where it's like have 5 dinosaurs at level 25, and I'm like, well, that's not happening anytime soon. So it's getting to that sort of curve off now, where it's like, all right, we're giving you enough. We're giving you enough free shit. Yeah. Like now you're gonna need the time requirement.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's good fun. The collectibles in it, there are so many fucking things to collect. There are like 150 different species of dinosaur, and I'm like, I need them all. I'm like, Pokemon Trainer Perry is like all about this game, and I'm like, I need all of them.
Give me the dinos.
All of them. Like even like the legendary ones, and the super rare, and the common, and the rare. Like, give me all of them. But like the annoying thing is like, there are like hybrid dinosaurs where like you breed 2 different types of dinosaurs together, and it's just a whole different ball game. So like now I need multiple dinosaurs at max level so I can like breed them into these super dinosaurs. Like,
so what you said, you got a legendary something. What was the legendary thing?
I don't remember what it
was.
Was
it a dinosaur?
Yeah, it was. It was a. So there were different like brackets of dinosaurs. You have aquatic dinosaurs, flyers, herbivores, and carnivores. And it works. So there's like a whole dueling system, like a battling system as well.
You fight dinosaurs.
Yeah. You literally use your dinosaurs like Pokemon, and you fight other trainers. Like it's really average. Like it's definitely not the best part of the game, but you get some free packs out of it. So
cool.
do it every day. But yeah, I'm actually enjoying it. It's one of those things where like I can set my things to, I set my eggs to hatch, set my dinosaurs to go make fuck and make a better baby egg, and like I can set my food production up, and then I can just come back in like 2-3 hours and collect it all basically. So yeah, I mean, it's good fun. It's a good time sink.
Cool.
Yeah, that's about it really. I kind of fallen away from Hearthstone. Hearthstone was my go-to, but like the changes effed all of my decks, so I only have like 1 or 2 good decks now, and I'm It's like Spiteful Summoner Priest. It's good fun, but I'm like, it's very RNG. Like,
we'll come on to some more Hearthstone news.
Yeah.
Shortly.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
I have one other thing to talk about, and that is Divinity again. So we spoke about it very briefly when Az was here.
And you weren't that complimentary about it last week.
No, I mean, I wasn't that keen on it. I'm still not that complimentary about it, but the difference is this time. So Az went home. Az just threw the game away. He was just like, well, I fucking hate this game. I'm not playing this anymore.
He wanted to play it solo.
Yeah. Well, I think he's going to try it again solo, and I think he will enjoy it much more because, I mean, from my experience, so I basically continued our playthrough, but only with Chip. So we were playing two characters each, and it just changed the game mechanic, the game dynamics, because we were both more involved in the fights. Like, it wasn't just like take your turn, or wait 10 minutes for someone else, for everyone else to take their turns. Like, it wasn't like that. The other thing I have to say about it is the limitations between level 1 to 5 are just so apparent. Like, you get to the point where like you burn all of your spells in one turn, and then you're waiting 4 turns for your spells to come back up because like they have cooldowns. But then we just hit level 7 and we got all of our level 2 skills basically, and now I've got like a full bar. I've got a full bar of skills, so I can use like a bunch of skills one turn, next turn use a bunch more skills. Like, but it was it was interesting. We found a few pretty game breaking mechanics. We basically found an area of the map where we could teleport one of our characters into a zone that engaged a bunch of enemies, and we like aggroed them all to one location and then just teleported them back one by one and killed them off. Like, it was like insane. Like, it was
nice.
it was such a huge snowball. We excuse me, we managed to get like a bunch of gear off of these things, a bunch of experience, and from that point onwards we were like, what else can we do like this? Like, and we basically just roamed around. I'm pretty sure we weren't supposed to do it how we did. Basically, we just killed everyone. Like, in the starting area, there's like this this faction called the Magisters, and they're like the guards basically of like this slave internment camp, and we just slaughtered all of them. Like wow. Legitimately all of them. We killed all of them. We went into the keep. We killed the leader. Like, I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be some sort of like dialogue to get our freedom and all this sort of stuff, but we were like, no, we'll just kill you and take all your shit.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. We found like the key to drop the drawbridge, and then all of a sudden we were into the next area, and there was a dialogue with one of the NPCs after that point, and they were like, so how did you get out? And one of our dialogues was, we slaughtered everyone. Like, which is exactly what happened. But it was I must say, like, after you get past level 5, it does get a lot better, but I think like it's a big time sink, man. Like, it takes you a good 7 to 10 hours to get to this point. Like, you have to persevere. Wow. You really have to persevere through it.
Yeah, that's significant.
Yeah, but it's good fun. I mean, Chip and I are planning on playing it again this weekend, and like seeing how much farther we get before you burn out. But yeah, I mean, I would advise. I think if I were to advise people to play this, I would say no more than 2 players, because that way you can control a player each, 2 players each, and you can do more stuff in the game. Like, there's less downtime for the actual player. But yeah, it's really good fun. I'm still enjoying it.
Cool.
It was fun to just like fuck the game up. we were like, what did we just discover? Like, I was like, oh, let's see if we can explore this area. Can you just like teleport me across? And he was like, yeah, sure. Teleport me across. And then like 5 enemies were like, hey, you there? And I was like, oh no, my dude's gonna die. And then they all came back over to me, and Chip was like, wait a minute, let's try this. Teleported the guy over to the other side where the other 3 team members were, and they just wrecked it. Like, it was so good.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think like Divinity especially it's a game built on systems.
Yeah,
because
100%.
of all the environmental stuff. Like there are systems upon systems upon systems. So I think in some ways they kind of want you to do stuff like that, because it's allowing you to create these scenarios.
Definitely. I mean, off the back of it, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos of people like soloing like level 10 bosses at level 3, like doing stuff like this, like just teleporting across, jumping back, teleporting across, jumping back, like just little things like that, and like environmental abuses. So they'll pull the enemy to them hit the edge of like where they can walk, and then just like throw firebombs at them, and then just end their turn, and then like they take like 10 ticking damage every turn. 500 turns later, they're dead, and like silly stuff like that. But yeah, the one other disclaimer, one other thing I will say is like, so Az had a really big problem with his character because its skill set was super limited. So he basically played a wizard, but he had like
the Az-Chantress.
The Az-Chantress, yeah. Fuck's sake. Good job, mate. Well done. That character became super strong. Like when I hit level 7, picked up all of the level 2 abilities. It is just so powerful. Like genuinely, it can take out just hordes of enemies. We hit one area of the map where like literally, I think there's like 15 of these little worms spawn. I froze 8 of them and then just like blew them up. It was so
nice.
Good. Yeah, so that's what you get as for not sticking with your character, mate. Yeah, it's good fun.
Nice.
It's good fun.
Cool.
And that's about me this week. I've obviously got standard RuneScape stuff, but there's not much.
Going down.
I mean, there's so much going down, but I know you don't fucking care. So
I mean,
it's fine. It's fine. I understand. I will say that I got another piece of my bludgeon, so I only have one more piece of my bludgeon left to go, and then Abyssal Sai can fuck off. I never have to look at that boss again. I'm really happy.
Cool.
I'm going to talk a bit about RuneScape in the news section as well, because there's some cool stuff coming up.
Do you want to do...
Segue into the news section. No, that's bad jingle, I'm sorry. I will segue into it though, because...
better than my jingle.
So, RuneScape, old school RuneScape released a video of like a preview of the new raid. It's called the Theatre of Blood. And it's like vampire themed, basically. So there's an area in RuneScape called Mire Ditch, and it's basically like...
Whose ditch?
Mire Ditch. Yeah, exactly. And it's basically like this vampire-run slave town, basically. Like this old town. Like it's very much.
There's a bit of an RPG theme going on with. It's all about slavers today.
Yeah, very true, very true. But this is like it's very. Where does Dracula come from? Like Transylvania. It's very Transylvanian themed, right? So it's like very tall Gothic buildings. Like, so in this area, there's a castle that's basically never been touched. It was designed to put in the game, but there was never any content for it, basically. And they were like, it's a nice castle. So now they're turning it into the Theatre of Blood, which is basically like an arena where the queen of the vampires sends all of her slaves to like fight for her entertainment. And the theme is like you go through all these trials to entertain this queen, and then by the end of it, like you've killed all of her fucking minions. Yeah. Like, and she's pissed off, and apparently she's the final boss, and she comes and like attacks you and stuff. But some of the design art is just impressive. It's really impressive. Cool. Like I'm really excited to see how they pull it off. They revealed one model which was it was like the Blood Mistress or something like that, and it was like almost like a poison ivy, like a blood themed poison ivy, right. where it's like she doesn't walk, she's like moved around by vines that protrude from the floor. Right. Like, yeah, it looked very cool. I'm genuinely really impressed at like some of the stuff that this team can create in an engine that's like,
I was going to say, like
15 years old. Like,
yeah, it's not much of a looker. Yeah. It's fair to say.
Well, the thing is, like, old school, when they re-released old school, they were like, well, we need to go back to the old engine and stick with it because they're like that old aesthetic. But they've actually started using the new engine, like the RuneScape engine now, and they're just creating artwork in the old school style. So they can do more stuff with it, but it's still very polygon, and but it does look really good. It's a vast improvement. Yeah, cool. So that's my RuneScape news. I basically just want to talk about it because I'm hella excited, and I'm like, I need to get into it. So
when's it coming? Have they put a date on it?
They haven't, but it'll probably be like April or May.
Oh,
so it's not. No, it's not far. It's not far at all. They're really good at like putting out the content sort of fairly quickly. Like the content that players want, they'll just be like, all right, cool, we'll develop it. Here it is. Like,
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's basically my news section for this week.
What other stuff do you have? We'll go.
Let's talk about Hearthstone.
You want to talk about Hearthstone now? Okay.
Yeah, I want to talk about Hearthstone now, and then we can do like Overwatch and other stuff.
Okay.
In a little bit. So Hearthstone announced.
Yeah, the big news. Year of the Raven.
Year of the Raven.
So it's going to be the new zodiacal year of Hearthstone, which means we'll get some sets rotating out of standard.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting some.
So what's rotating out? Ungro.
Things. No.
Wait.
You're wrong straight.
No, I'm wrong straight off the bat. It's Karazhan.
Old Gods.
Old Gods, Karazhan,
and Mean Streets.
Mean Streets of Karazhan.
Yep. So they're the 3 sets that are rotating.
So no more hand buff paladin. No more.
Boo.
No more what else comes out of
Gods,
these decks?
Cthulhu. I mean, nobody's running.
Cthulhu as
I
well.
guess like Nazoth and Usage, all those disappear. That's going to be quite big, actually. I hadn't really thought about that.
It's fairly big, yeah.
Because Nazoth's still used quite a lot.
Yeah,
the Death Rattle stuff.
A lot. There's the Death Rattle priest.
I'm trying to think
the Res priest is really big.
And who's in? So I can't think who's. Karazhan, you got like Curator, Barnes,
Medivh.
Oh yeah, Medivh. Yeah, fuck.
But no more Barnes hunters, spell hunters with Barnes Visage. Bye.
Yeah, that's totally done. So there's. It's going to be a bit of a shake up.
So they released the artworks for the next 3 expansions,
sort of like
and they
teasery.
Kind of don't give much away. But for a World of Warcraft veteran like myself, the artwork seemed pretty familiar. I have a sneaking suspicion the first expansion is going to be Naga based, and it's going to be like Serpent Shrine Cavern.
I mean, they have to announce it pretty soon because the switchover is usually in April.
Yeah, they've not got long, have they?
Yeah, we've just hit March, so
if they want to do their standard I
think they've got
reveals.
I think I'm right in saying they've got a dev stream tomorrow, but they haven't said it's like a reveal stream. So whether they're going to reveal it tomorrow or not, I don't know. But there's some sort of stream happening tomorrow, I think.
Well, I'm putting my money on the first expansion being Naga related, and like Serpent Shrine Cavern.
So that's all aquatic.
Yeah, it's all like mermen and murlocs and stuff. I think the second one is going to be the Eye and Tempest Keep, which is like in the Burning Crusade, it was like a raid instance and a dungeon instance, and it was all about blood elves basically. So sort of Kel'Thas. Do you know of that person?
Name rings a bell.
Yeah, Kel'Thas was basically like the blood elf prince that betrayed Illidan.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that, judging by the artwork, it looks very Tempest Keepy. And the third one, I have no idea.
It's going to be some weird.
Something off the cuff. That would be good. A pirates expansion.
Weird twist.
Give me a pirates expansion, please. That would be good.
Could you make a whole expansion around pirates?
Yeah, easily. Booty Bay, man. You got Booty Bay expansion done. Give me that. Give me it.
Cool.
Give me that. So the other big thing coming out of these changes are the cards that go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so some of the standard basic cards are being rotated out. Probably the biggest one. Yeah, the most notable is Ice Block.
Yep. Bye.
So Freeze Mage is
fuck you, Ice Block.
Freeze Mage is done.
I'm okay with this. I'm so okay with this. I'm actually really curious to see how Quest Mages will work now, because they basically Quest Mage revolved around this whole last until you have all of your cards. Because it's like Molten Reflection, Sorcerer's Apprentice.
But that was Freeze Mage as well. I mean, there's been a few mage decks that the whole premise has been just stall for as long as possible.
I mean, Ice Block is apparent in nearly every mage deck, right? Because it's just so valuable. Like, if it saves you from death for 1 turn for 3 mana, that's just huge. It's insanely huge. So yeah, I'm happy to see this go. Controversially, the next card is Molten Giant, which I don't know if this. I mean,
at this point, it doesn't make any difference.
Doesn't really see much play, does it?
But the weird thing, I don't know if you are aware of this. So it got nerfed a while back.
It was 20 mana to 25, right?
Yeah, they're reversing the nerf at the same time as putting it back in standard.
But I don't understand that. So Can wild cards? Can Hall of Fame cards still be played in wild?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the third? I've totally forgotten what the third card was. That's going to be annoying. You might have to.
Isn't it Raven Idol?
No. It's a basic card. Oh, Cold Light.
Oh yeah, Cold Light Oracle.
Yeah.
I'm kind of okay with this. I mean, there's always a fun novelty to mill decks.
Yeah.
Like mill rogue is basically not a thing anymore now because of this.
Yeah, I mean, their kind of justification was for a neutral card, it provided too much value because it was it was 3 mana 2/2 and you got 2 cards. So it was they were saying.
Yeah, but like nerf it. Don't remove it. Make it a 4 mana 2/2. Like still.
Yeah.
Anyway, that makes it harder to play into like mill rogues because you then required to shadow step it. Like vanishing it doesn't really work. It's not valuable. Like you can't, unless you're on turn 10, you can't play a Cold Light and then vanish it. You know, so I don't know. I feel like they could have nerfed it out and put something else into Hall of Fame. Like,
I mean, a lot of people were calling for Acolyte to be put in.
Well, Acolyte's a good one to be put in. I think that's infinite value. If you're playing against the OTK priest, like it's infinite value. You just buff it up and consistently keep running it into things. What else? I mean, I would like to see Doomsayer put into.
Yeah.
I think Doomsayer is such an impactful card for a 2 mana 0/7 that gives you board control. It's huge.
It's not Doomsayer specifically, but I do think Q-Block still
Q-Block
should be.
Every card in the Q-Block deck needs to be put in the Hall of Fame. Burn that fucking deck.
Yeah, I mean, we've covered it before a few times on there. But
it's so broken.
Yeah, it's surprising that nothing's been done. Anyway, so we got Year of the Raven. We got sort of teasers for the 3 expansions this year. We got some cards basic cards being Hall of Famed. The other big thing that they announced was that they basically announced that there is an in-game tournament system
feature mode.
Yeah, coming. Yeah. They're going to begin sort of trialing it this summer, and say that the plan is to kind of grow it over time, but it'll allow you to create custom tournaments.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool. There's something I've actually personally wanted for a while. I think, to be able to at any point just jump on and go, I think I've got some half decent decks. Let's have a crack in an 8-player tournament.
It'd be a huge thing for smaller esports companies / venues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine if this a smaller esports company went to somewhere like BlizzCon and were like, we're going to host a tournament, just literally there. They set it up and then they do their own giveaways. It could be huge. It's huge. I approve of this.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And the final change on this big list of things was they're tweaking the daily quests slightly.
Yeah, isn't that easier completions and more gold?
Yeah.
Basically.
So they give a handful of examples. The one off the top of my head that I can remember was, so at the moment you have win 2 games with X or Y class for 40 gold. It's now going to be win 1 game for 50 gold. So
I'm okay with that.
And stuff like the play 50 class cards for.
It's going to be play 30.
Yeah, they reduce the number, and I can't remember if they changed the gold on that one. But
to be fair, there's nothing more fun than playing 30 paladin spells in a deck and then just buffing your opponent. And then every time you play a card against them, be like, thank you. Thank you. And there's been a few times where I'm trying to complete a quest and clearly someone's playing Hunter and trying to do the same with Hunter cards, and I'm he won't attack my face, and I'll just keep buffing him, and every now and then kill one of his minions so we can play another one. Nice. Communicating through emotes, being like, "Thank you, well played. Thank you. Oh no, thank you."
That's fine.
Actually, I had the most success for that when it was Christmas, and you could be like, "Happy Feast of Wintervale," and buff someone, and it was always good fun. Yeah, I'm okay for this. I think Hearthstone's in a position where there's so many cards in that game now. There needs to be a way for free to play people that are coming to the game to catch up.
I mean, having the whole standard thing was kind of a part of that, because I mean, like if you picked it up at the beginning of this year, I mean, I guess you've still got the 3 expansions from last year that you'd be behind with.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, you can buy like, so even if a new player invests £35 into the pack, like the 50 cards you get, they're still limited to one deck type, like to one expansion.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be like 10 cards from this one, 10 packs from this one, 10 from this, 10 from this. Like, okay, they've just introduced the Year of the Mammoth bundle, which is like
coming at the end of the cycle.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
how do you? Yeah, but so what's like? So that gives you 10. Is it 10 packs from each of last year's expansions?
Yeah, so it's 10 packs from Lich King, Ongoro, and
what was the last one?
The latest one. I can't remember what it's fucking called.
What was it? That's gonna bug me.
It's not Mean Streets.
No, it wasn't Mean Streets. What was it? That's gonna really annoy me. I can't think of the cards.
What did we even see in the
Lich King?
Lich King was Frozen Throne.
Yeah, so you got Frozen Throne, Ungoro. What was the last one? It must have been really good. Oh, Kobolds and Catechins.
Oh yeah, that's it. Stupid Kobolds.
Yeah, it wasn't a great theme actually.
The best thing to come out of this expansion was Dungeon Run.
Yeah,
I have put so many hours into Dungeon Run. I have 153 bosses beaten with Rogue, and I still haven't completed it with Rogue. The Rogue is fucking hard. Like, you have to get exactly the amount, like exactly the right cards and buffs.
I know Kieran has done it with all of them.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Chip finished it with all of them like last weekend as well. I'm only missing Rogue and I think Shaman.
I haven't done any of them.
Oh, why? They're really good fun.
I've been playing it. I just haven't completed it.
Nice.
Because I'm rubbish, clearly.
Nice.
I might even be part way through a run. I can't even remember. I haven't been onto the Hearthstone in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while for me as well.
Yeah, so that's the
Hearthstone news. Hearthstone news of the year. I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, I am excited to see what these expansion themes are.
Yeah, no, it's always interesting to see what new stuff
they had. Like Chris Metzen back when he was working for Blizzard still was like, yeah, Hearthstone's gonna run almost chronologically to how World of Warcraft ran. So you'd have Naxxramas and then the next expansion.
I remember them saying stuff like that, but I think at some point they realised it was too limiting.
Yeah. I mean, it was, but at the same time, there's been so much World of Warcraft content. Like,
yeah,
it's not that limiting.
But I mean, it allows them to do more fun stuff.
I need a Miss Pandaria Hearthstone expansion where Monk is a playable class.
So do something for Monk like they did for Death Knights, maybe.
Yeah, but
so like
make me an actual Monk class, please.
That's not going to happen.
It's never going to happen. Yeah. It's really annoying. Because it would be really good.
So yeah, I don't think I would be at this point. I'd be surprised if they ever added a new class.
How?
Like we have the 9. I think everything in the game is based around these 9 classes. I think introducing
it'll always be like Monk style cards, won't it? It's never going to be an actual.
Because I mean, yeah, there are a couple of pandas in there. Right? We got the 2.
There's loads.
Brewmasters.
There's loads. Brewmasters, Aya, Chen, Cho. Sorry. I was thinking Chen Stormstout, out, but he's not an actual playable character.
Well, maybe he will be one day. So
I would be okay with that.
Legendary waiting to happen.
I would be okay with that. You know, Madame Goya is a panda in as well.
Oh yeah. Yes, there's a few pandas.
Can't think of anything else. There's a bunch of Mogushan as well, like Mogushan Warrior and all the Jade. The Jade theme fits really well with the Pandarin.
Yeah, maybe that's something they'll come back to. Like, having said that, all the Jade stuff. All the Jade stuff's rotating out.
Oh, yes!
God, what a revelation that is. Yeah, because
what expansion was that?
Mean Streets.
Mean Streets.
Because it was the three gangs, wasn't it?
Yes.
That means Kazakus is going as well. Actually,
Kazakus is out. Wow! This is going to be huge.
Yeah, this is going to be a big shift actually. So yeah, it'd be really.
They need to give us some really good shit.
Yeah, this new expansion needs to be top draw.
Really good shit coming out of the next 2 expansions.
Yeah, well, hopefully in the next week or so we'll find out what they're up to.
I think that's the Hearthstone section covered.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about this other thing I've noted down, and then we'll get into
Stalker meets.
We'll get into Overwatch, because there's a whole bunch of Overwatch stuff, not only League but other things. So
no, you're a gamer.
You're a gamer. So
you're an idiot.
Well, thank you. Do you remember a game called Stalker? Did you ever play Stalker?
No.
Were you aware of Stalker?
No.
So you'd never heard of
No.
Stalker? Good, I'm glad we've established that. So, Stalker was a game that came out as good, must be a good 10 years or so back. It was a while back. And it was very well kind of received at the time. It was an FPS that was based in a sort of accurate, that's not a word, accurate. Look, I'm tired, I'm cold, leave me alone.
How are you cold? The heating's still on.
No, the snow has affected my brain.
Clearly. That's the snow.
That's an accurate statement.
Shut up and tell me this story.
Stalker was made by a Ukrainian team called GSC, and it was
Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. Is that actually what it was called?
Yes, and it was an accurate recreation of the landscape and location of Chernobyl. So like
post meltdown.
Yeah, so like the town and stuff was all kind of accurately modelled, and
it's fucking cool.
They had side by side like photos and game images saying like, look how identical these things are.
I love that. I love games that accurately represent real geographical locations.
Yeah. And they did like trips into the zone and stuff, so they could like get textures.
That's hella illegal, you know that?
Is it illegal?
I'm pretty sure it's still illegal to. Well, actually, it might have been illegal 10 years ago. It might not be now. But I'm pretty sure it's hella illegal. There's still like mutant boars and shit roaming around the woods.
Well, there was mutant boars in the game.
Were there really?
Yeah. So yeah, it was all based. The premise of the game was like you were a stalker, and yeah, it was this FPS kind of survival game, but it was single player. So there were other like enemy stalkers and mutant creatures, and you had to keep yourself alive, and there was some sort of storyline. I didn't play it personally, but I know it was it was well received at the time. So a bunch of guys have split off. Like GSC over the years haven't really done much else of note, and they kind of went a bit downhill, I think. And they a lot of their dev staff has kind of splintered into like new smaller studios. So this game is God, I can't see. What's this game called? I think it's something to do with wolves. Maybe go back up to the top of the page. All the way up to the top of the page. Fear the Wolves. There we go. So yeah, there's a new game called Fear the Wolves, and it's taking the kind of stalker model and putting a bit of a PUBG spin on it. So
another battle royale.
Yeah, I mean it's another day, another PUBG thing. But there were some interesting points. I should have read this again before we started talking about it. But I read this the other day and it was really interesting.
Basically, go read the article.
Yeah, it's basically a PUBG version of Stalker. They have a radiation cloud that comes in to shrink the map, so your blue circle of death. But this is radiation.
But wait,
how
does this work? Because the radiation clouds.
It's a game mechanic. Don't overthink it.
How does it get smaller though? Because surely it gets bigger, right? I'm already out. I'm out.
It has some AI opponents in it as well, which is
fun.
Yeah,
it's always fun watching AIs bug into walls.
Sorry, I'm just hastily trying to scan this to scroll out again.
Oh, fucking fuck! You're a needy bitch.
There was some. I remember there was definitely some interesting modes.
It sets you and 99 other players loose in a 25 square kilometre chunk of Chernobyl, surrounded by the radiation cloud that slowly contracts.
So far, so battle royale. Loot, radiation, NPCs. They've got a spectator mode where
You can be the gas cloud.
No, but the spectators can affect the weather. So it's got a dynamic weather system. I think this was the one. This one has a day-night cycle in it as well. So actually, towards the end of the game, it actually becomes darker. That was one of the interesting things. So it kind of every game starts at like dawn, and over the course of the game, it like
finishes at dusk.
Yeah,
that's interesting. That's interesting.
It's going to be a lot more stealthy tactical by the end. It's kind of the darkness descends, and you can be a bit more sneaky. I thought that was quite interesting.
As long as the weather mechanic doesn't change the in-game gameplay, like you can't have spectators, like I don't know, flooding areas of the map and stuff like that.
I'm not sure if it's flooding, but triggering like thunderstorms and.
Well, I mean, even that's a little bit interactive, like masking your gunshots with thunder. Oh, mate, I'm thinking into it too much. Ignore me.
I don't know. It sounds interesting. I'll probably, I'll be up for.
Sounds interesting.
Checking it out.
Have a look at it
when it happens.
Play 3 or 4 matches and then never play it again.
Go back to PUBG.
Hi, Heroes of the Storm.
Of course, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Is that still going?
Yeah, it is. It is. Surprisingly, Hanzo and Alex Straza just became champions.
Yeah.
Well, I say just. This happened like 6 months ago.
Yeah, it was BlizzCon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always forget about Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you always think of Blizzard having this like stellar track record, and then there's Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm, for by all accounts, is actually a fairly well-made game.
Yeah, it's a
but it's
decent
just
game.
like the problem is it's just the same type of game as like League of Legends and Dota. Yeah. And why would you play Heroes of the Storm when you can play League of Legends or Dota?
Yeah, I always saw it as a slightly more casual version as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Anyway, talk about a tangent. Yeah, that's. I just wanted to
bring it up, tell people about it.
It's new and
that makes sense.
There's going to be a multitude of battle royale games this year. It's PUBG and Fortnite have opened those floodgates, so it's just going to happen. Funny enough, talking about the battle royale stuff, we mentioned the. We can kind of segue into Overwatch from here, but we mentioned Paladins last week. And how they're doing Paladins Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
So it turns out they've actually announced quite a lot of information on how it works. It's just that I never bothered to investigate.
Said everyone ever.
How it's going to work. It is Paladins characters with the abilities and all the trappings.
With all of the abilities and skills and.
But the way there's a couple of curious things. One. They're launching with a focus on squads. They're going to launch with 4-man squads only. And the way this is going to work, you'll obviously matchmaking, blah, blah. The beginning of each match, they will select 8 heroes from the pool of Paladins heroes, and everybody in the game can only pick from those 8. Each squad can be comprised of any number of the same characters.
Don't care. This is shit.
No, I'm just informing you of what they're doing.
Like I'm okay with the idea of squads.
Mm-hmm.
That's chill because it gives your players a chance to construct their own compositions and teams. But then limiting them to specific champions, not about that.
Well, no, it's just a random set of 8. Each game, I guess, to keep it kind of limits the pool, but gives you some variety at the same time.
If it's random each game, that's not as bad. But if you were saying like a specific champion will never be playable, then
that's not what they're saying. I mean, one of the other interesting things, like, everybody has their mount thing, like, that's summonable on command. So everybody has like fast. It's like essentially a vehicle, like to hand from the off. And one of the other weird things was each team picks a square on the map to drop into. There's not like a flyover thing. You just pick a spot and you get dropped. You basically get spawned in that area. So there's a few like weird differences. And then the stuff that you loot is like the items that you would buy in a normal Paladins game. So it's, movement speed items and blah. That's the stuff you get from chests. And there are obviously different tiers to those items. And you kind of build, you do your sort of build based around those rather than, because obviously all the characters have their kind of weapon and ability loadouts. So like looting weapons and stuff is like
pointless, literally pointless.
So you basically loot your sort of build items essentially.
It'll be interesting, but it's Paladin, so I'm never going to play it.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
The guy who was kind of just doing the talk through of it, he was like, it's interesting because like obviously Fortnite Battle Royale came out of nowhere and everyone was like, oh yeah, they fucking ripped off PUBG, whatever.
Now everyone's like, Fortnite Battle Royale.
Now it's huge.
So good. Yeah.
So
it's bigger than PUBG now.
Yeah, it's
like more views.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts how much it's exploded. So I mean, you never know. Maybe they're onto something a bit different.
No, I do know, and it's not going to work.
Yeah, probably not.
Segueing from Paladins into Overwatch.
So Overwatch, new hero. Brigitte.
Who
is not Bridget as it's written.
Yeah, not Bridget. It's definitely not Bridget.
It's
Brigitte. It looks interesting. Another melee swinger with a shield.
Her abilities are like her sort of support.
I must admit, I've not looked at her abilities specifically. I've only seen like a few minutes of gameplay, and it is literally just people just running at people swinging a chain. It's like swinging a chain.
I think so. The whiplash, which is like the big chain swing. If I'm remembering this correctly, if she lands that, she does healing in an aura around her.
Oh, she's a healer?
Yes. And her ult is to...
She's like a melee healer.
Yep.
Wow.
Her ult is to apply a healing plus armor. So basically, if she overheals, it turns into armor.
Okay.
So her ult is like a sound barrier, but with armor.
Okay, I'm okay with this. It sounds fun.
Yeah, so she is very much like a supportee class. There's other things.
Didn't we just get Moira? Like why?
Yeah,
I'm not okay with this. I want a tank.
I think she definitely looks like more of a tank.
What are the new? So we've had Sombra, we've had Doomfist, we've had Moira, and Orisa. I suppose Orisa was a tank. Anna as well. That's it, I think.
Cool.
So that's 2 healers, a tank, a bruiser.
Is that all the new ones? I feel like we've had
and
more.
A stealth class. I think we need like a pure damage class next.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be interesting. I'm going to look at some more...
Sombra's in the DPS class, actually.
Yeah, but she's not really, is she? She's more utility.
Yeah.
She's utility. Like she's all about cutting off enemies, regen, and fucking with their skills.
I'm really happy she's seeing a lot of play in Stage 2 of Overwatch League.
Sombra.
Yeah.
She's a good champion. I mean, if you can play her well.
Some timed EMPs, dropping in on enemy teams and EMPing them.
Or just the fact that her EMP can nullify Lucio's shield. It's disgusting.
In the new patch that came out the other day, there's been... Her EMP had some more changes, didn't it? It prevents Genji and Hanzo's wall.
Really?
Yeah. For the duration of the EMP, they can't climb.
That's so big. All right, fair enough. Genji and Hanzo don't get much play these days, but that's still pretty big.
Genji gets a fair bit in the league.
I think Hanzo gets a fair bit in the league, but that's mostly by Seagull. But I'm okay with that because the Seagulls are great.
Genji pops out quite a lot.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, that's quite
that's a fairly big change.
There was another change as well to it.
What else is she? If she hacks Zenyatta, it just takes like 125 of his health.
Yeah, because it's shield. Yeah. Makes him super vulnerable.
It's dirty. Don't like it.
Yeah, she's actually had some quite nice little buffs. Actually,
I might actually start playing her. She seems like my sort of champion that I would like to play.
Yeah, she's really fun to play. I really like it. If you get the hang of like the translocator and stuff, it's she can be a lot of fun. And she's got the machine pistols, which again, I say like kind of quite fairly DPS-y. Like they do some damage. So yeah.
Should we talk about Overwatch League? Is there any news in Overwatch League?
Is there anything more to say about Brigitte?
Honestly, I've not seen enough of her to comment, really. I've literally only seen like 3-4 minutes of gameplay.
Who she is?
Isn't she related to Reinhardt?
So she's Torbjorn's daughter.
Oh, okay.
And Reinhardt's squire.
Okay, yeah.
So she's the daughter of Torbjorn, and she's the one who She was in Reinhardt's
short. Yeah.
She fixes up his armor and stuff. So they did a little. I was going to say animated, but not in the short way, like a sort of like a 2D comic.
Yeah.
Animated like introduction to Brigitte. About her sort of saying she doesn't want to be left on the back lines. Like, why not? I'll fight beside you and repair your shit at the same time. It's kind of because she was like his.
I have a feeling I'm really going to like this champion. I think she's going to be a bit overpowered. I feel like
they all are.
From what I saw, she has like 300 health and a 600 damage overshield. Like when she has a shield up, it's big. It's like pretty beefy. So I don't know.
Go check her out. She's on the Tessa, like
the PBE.
Yeah, PTR thingy.
PTR PBE.
Tessa,
public test realm, public beta environment.
She's on the test server. You can go play her now.
Yeah.
Do it. Well, not right now.
Might do it after this.
Yeah.
Can't tell me what to do, not my real dad.
We've been over this, son.
Shut up. Okay. Yeah, do you want to cover Overwatch League?
Yeah, let's do Overwatch League.
Let's do a roundup of Overwatch League.
I'll get my phone.
I yet again have been shit and not seen any of it.
Nothing.
What? I've been watching the scores.
No, you say that because after last week's podcast, we watched London, New York.
Oh, yeah, we did. That was a really good match.
It was a good match. It was an especially good match because London won.
And did they reverse sweep? They didn't, did they? They went 2-0, then 2-2, then 3-2.
So that would be a reverse sweep.
Sorry, they went 0-2, 2-2, 3-2.
I can't remember how the score went down. They won 3. It went to 5 games, which made it nice and exciting.
I'm pretty sure London won 2, New York won 2, and then London got the decider. Pretty sure Possibly. That's how it went down.
Something like that.
That's how it went down. I'm telling you now.
That's it. I could just click on
I'm telling you now.
And I could actually tell you exactly.
Tell me I'm right, you stupid
if
website.
This loads, come on, load faster. Game 1 London. Game 2 New York. So they went backwards and forwards. I remember now.
Shut up, stupid roster.
Or it went London, New York, New York, London, London. Okay. Right, I'm glad we cleared that up. So that was Saturday. So yeah, there was a whole bunch of games last Saturday. There's a lot of stuff going on. My other favourites, Florida. Yeah, it didn't do so well. They got 4-0'd by Philadelphia Fusion. Houston Outlaws, another solid performance there, like right at the top.
Whipping Boston.
Yeah, another 4-0. Shanghai. Come on.
Oh dear.
Shanghai played on Sunday. Got 3-0'd by Valiant. Actually, 3-0. Yeah, that means they drew. There must have been a draw.
Oh, okay.
So at least there's something.
Wasn't a complete stomp.
But they still lost. And that takes us to this week. We've had 3 games already yesterday. Seoul Dynasty played Dallas Fuel, and they took that 3-1. So Seoul are definitely like getting back in their stride after having a ropey end of stage 1. LA Valiant.
Have Seoul played their Xayah main yet?
No, you're thinking of Shanghai.
Oh, I'm thinking of Shanghai.
And no, the new players still aren't available for.
Still visa problems, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess this stuff takes time to work out. And Valiant beat San Francisco Shock 3-1, and Shanghai again. See, I thought that Shanghai played LA Gladiators, and LA Gladiators. Okay, they're in the bottom half of the table. I thought Shanghai had a shot at taking this. LA just absolutely destroyed them. It's fair to say it was not a close game by any stretch.
Just full on foot stomp.
I mean, I think the first one of the first payload maps. The Gladiators took the first round with like 4 minutes to spare.
I think
it was painful.
It can be really biased though, because you only get like 4 different maps to play, and if one of the teams literally does not get a single map that they are good at, it's like.
But the maps are always split. They always have the same rotation of types of map. It's always one of the 2-point maps. Then it's a
but even still,
single point.
But even like there are teams that are better on Osiris than they are on Volskaya. You know, it's like. Yeah. I think it can be a bit biased sometimes. Like, it's not a true indication, I don't think, of their skill. But then
again, there's the map pool for each stage is quite restricted as well. I think they only pick maybe 1 or 2 maps from each map type.
Yeah, and then I suppose the teams do get a chance to train on the relevant maps. Yeah, okay.
And they know in advance like what maps they're going to be playing for any given match.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
So whoever they're coming up against, they know what maps they're playing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that completely shuts me up.
Good. Shut up. Coming up today, so midnight tonight, so technically Friday. Got London versus Florida. So two of my faves. It's a rough one. Like Florida's,
I do like Florida.
Yeah, I mean they're the fun Europeans.
Yeah,
they're the real London.
Yeah,
even though they're Scandinavian.
Just want to play some games, man.
So I'll be kind of hoping Florida do well. I mean, obviously I'd want London to kind of win, which they probably will. I got Houston, Philadelphia. I mean, I can't see Houston losing that. Houston have been on crazy form recently.
On fire.
Which brings me on to the Saturday games. So Houston playing New York tomorrow. So that's definitely going to be one to watch out for.
I don't know.
Arguably the 2 top teams in the league.
Houston? I mean, they're climbing, but I wouldn't say they're the top.
Well, they beat London the other week.
When have they met before?
In the end of stage 1.
Oh, okay.
They've beaten London twice recently.
Okay. Well, maybe they are then. Maybe that's a fair comment.
Yeah, so I think the Houston New York match is going to be the big one to look out for, because if New York lose another one, I think they might even lose their top spot. I mean, if I pull up the standings as they are right now, I think Seoul's win yesterday has actually boosted them right back up. Yeah, Seoul are currently sitting in second because they've had
holy shit,
because they've got an extra match. New York and Houston. So whoever takes that, if Houston win, they'll be joint top with Seoul. Yeah, and New York will be
standings are the same if New York win.
Yeah. So yeah, it's getting
spicy.
Yeah, it's getting tight.
It's getting spicy.
London need to sort themselves out because they're down in 5th at the moment. So they need to win their next few games. Come on, Shanghai, 0-13. Just
one win.
Oh,
just
Shanghai,
one.
Come on.
Just one win, Shanghai. It's all
I think everybody just wants them to win a game now. Even like the casters and stuff before.
Even the enemy teams are like, come on, you can do it. You can beat us just once. No? Okay.
Minus 39 match differential. It's brutal.
It's just not happening, is it? It's just not happening for them.
I mean, the thing is, like, somebody's got to be at the bottom, like, whichever way you look at it.
Yeah, but like, there's been at the bottom, and then there's just then there's been Shanghai.
Unfortunately, second from bottom, it's Florida.
Yeah, but it's different because they don't care, and they
fun-loving Scandinavians,
and they at least win once or twice. Like,
yeah, actually, what's
the difference is like 11, like.
Yeah, it's only 10-game match differential. They've only won. Florida have only won 1
ever.
Yeah.
Hey man, 1's better than 0.
It's entirely true. I mean, I can't really see them beating London today, but you know, weirder things have happened.
True. And London are on the down, so
yeah,
who knows, man.
Well, you say that, but they beat New York last week, so. You know, they can.
I don't know. I'm just going to stop commenting on this because I don't know fucking shit about it. Like,
start watching the games.
Stop commenting. It's different. It's like it's harder to keep into it. I find.
I don't know.
I have to focus my time on it. I can't just like play a game and watch it. This doesn't work.
I actually do just that. I have it on in the background when I'm doing other stuff.
Good for you, Ed.
Well, shut your face.
Okay, I'm getting tired now.
All right. Should we?
It's my bedtime.
Should we wrap this up?
I need you to tuck me in. We're an hour and 10.
How
do we do it? It's you. I blame you.
How are we at hour? That's lying. I don't believe that's true.
You're lying. All right. Okay.
Let's play some music.
We are.
But pick the music.
But let's just disclaim, because we got told off by YouTube last time. This is not our music. This
isn't going to help.
It's not going to help because it was all automated. But here you go anyway. Yeah. This isn't our track. It's called Checkpoint by Nitro Fun and Hyper Potions. Instantly a fan.
It's a fun. It's some very game and anime inspired music, as you'll no doubt.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah, wrap your ears around it. I'm gonna push play.
Yeah, play while we do
a bit of an outro. Thank you for watching. If you're still here, good job. We've been Guys Playing Games. I've been Perry.
I've been Ed.
And we'll see you next week. Do all that good stuff. Like it and share it, and thanks.
Bye. Bye.